Hello and welcome to another episode of G63 Dad. G63 Dad would love to solve your business problems. And today I'm going to talk about probably the single most requested thing that happens, other than how to start a business. People who are already in business, specifically in my business, everybody asks the same question, right? And I'm going to talk about the solution to that problem today. And I've sort of already covered this in another video, but it's a much longer video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to condense the content, basically, that was created into a much smaller format, and I'm basically going to rapid fire out my belief on how you create viral content. Now, look at this channel, right? I don't have a single viral video on here, right? I've got I've only got a handful of views, a couple of thousand views, right? Handful of subscribers. But that doesn't mean that I don't know how to create viral content. It means that I know how to create it for another brand. Because my actual specialism, right, is creating content for other influencers. That is what we do, right? So my business builds content for other people. It helps other people build content to go viral, to monetize their audience effectively, right? That is what we do. So asking me the question, so why don't you have like 100k subscribers on YouTube, or why don't you have like 10 million followers on Insta? The reason that I don't have those things is because I lack one of the critical qualities that all of the creators that I work with have. So, to put a bit of a caveat on this conversation, right? The first thing I'm going to say is I understand something that many people do not. And the thing that I understand is that in order to create great content for a specific type of client, you need a specific formula. My formula is different to that of my clients. But what links all of my clients together? What is the thing that makes all of my clients, like, what links them all together effectively? Oh, it's getting dark. Hold on. I prepared a solution just for this moment. I'm going to fix it now. Hold on, here it comes. I need to go around this corner first. Boom, right, we're good, active. And we're back in the game. Anyway, sorry about that. Right, so what links all my clients together? What links them all together? They're all attractive women, right? All of my clients are basically supermodels. That's the answer to the question. So now you're going to ask yourself another question, and that question is, well, wait, are you just saying that it's easy to go viral if you're beautiful and a woman? No, it's not. Because there are many beautiful women on the internet that can't go viral and don't go viral. So now you're asking yourself the question, so what are you talking about, bro? Like, you're saying that you can't go viral because I can't go viral because I am not a beautiful and attractive woman. But, like, surely I know how to make myself go viral if that's the case. And the answer is no. Because, so female beauty, right? Female beauty is one of the most valuable characteristics available. It is one of the most valuable things in the world we live in today. Female attractiveness has a higher, like, cash yield on it than you would imagine, right? And being able to create content whilst being an attractive woman is a route to money. Now, I'm not saying, and I'm not going to make a video here and try and convince every woman on the internet that if they're an attractive female, they should go and make content for a living. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, though, is that there is a measurable statistical advantage to creating content if you are a female, right? And you are attractive. Now, because so when I'm creating content, right, I follow a relatively stabilised formula, right? And the formula that we follow in my business with my team is we ask ourselves questions along the lines of, what is it that we are giving to the viewer, right? You make content for the viewer, not for the maker. The creator should not get value from the content. The viewer should take value from the content. So that's the first thing, right? And then what is the hook of the video, right? That's the next question. You've got the first question you should be asking is what is the hook going to be, right? You need a good hook in order to basically get the viewer to actually stay. Now, for me, that's hard, right? Because I am an average middle-aged dude, right, that just lives his life. I'm just around. I'm just doing stuff, right? Whereas for an attractive woman, it's easier for them to have, first of all, a non-verbal hook, right? I don't really have non-verbal hooks. I'm just a normal looking dude. But if I was a very beautiful woman, I already have an immediate visual hook, because people are drawn to that beauty. It is just the way society works. You just have to accept it. If you want to become a content creator and you want to make loads of bread and get rich, well, better start off by being a beautiful woman. No, I'm kidding. But, like, it's definitely, it provides you with more assets to effectively create good content with if you're an attractive female. So, knowing that formula for attractive females, that I know that, but I don't know it for myself, and I'm experimenting all the time trying to figure out ways to make my content more interesting, but I'm almost not here for that, if that makes sense. I'm here to provide value to anyone who watches, right? I'm not really about growth. I'm more about giving you business insights to help you make money, because the more people, you know, in my mind, that's my real legacy, right? For me, my legacy is making as many people self-employed as possible. Like, people that don't have to rely on bosses, on jobs, people that can form business partnerships and develop their own businesses. That's my legacy, right? And I do that for loads of attractive women. So, like, back onto the subject, right? So, how do I make content for attractive women? That is actually the real subject of the video, right? And I'm gonna condense this down into like 4 minutes, because it's very straightforward. The first thing you need to do is review the actual client, right? So for me, or if you're in my industry, if you're in the OFM business, review your actual client. Have a conversation with your client and figure out what they're about. Because the one thing that sells is the truest version of that person, right? Don't try to make up a persona that's not believable or not them, right? Like, don't say to the client, oh, I've got this idea. What we're going to do is we're going to put you into a niche, and we're going to put you into the Formula 1 niche. And she's like, right, cool, well, I make money. And you're like, oh, yeah, definitely. No, she's not, because she doesn't know anything about Formula 1. She's not interested in the sport. She's never watched it in her life, so she can't engage with the content. She's not going to actively think about the content. She's just going to do whatever you tell her to do, and it's not really going to work over time. It might work once or twice where you've got some really good ideas, but when you need her to input into the creative process, she won't be able to do it because she doesn't know anything about the sport. So you need to actually ask questions and understand your client, right? Once you've understood your client, then what you're going to do is you're going to create what we call content branches, right? You've maybe heard me call them verticals before, but I think of content as a tree. It's a tree with branches that sprout other branches, right? So the first thing you're going to do is, when you think about your branches, is you're going to go, okay, my branches are going to be X, Y, and Z. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ideas you need, right? Very specifically 5. Don't settle for less than 5. Don't be like, oh, I don't have any other ideas. Get 5 ideas. Get your shit together. It's not hard, right? Get 5 ideas on the table. When you have 5 ideas on the table, you're ready to rock and roll. Now you need to create at least 10 ideas under those 5 main topics, right? So let's say, for example, I'll give you 5 main topics right now. Let's say, for example, you have a client and she is into her fitness, she's into cooking, and she's got 2 dogs, right? Amazing. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take those 3 categories, because those are her interests. Those are the things that she can engage with. Very straightforward, right? So you've got 1 vertical or 1 branch on cooking, you've got 1 vertical or 1 branch on fitness, and you've got 1 on dogs. You need 2 more. Is it really hard to think of 2 ideas? No, it's not. And also, there are generic standard ones for our industry. So you could do dance trends, you could do comedy stuff, you could do skits, tons of stuff you can do here, right? So get them documented down. 5 ideas, 5 main themes is what you are interested in. Okay, now you've got 5 main themes. What are you going to do? You're going to document at least 10 ideas for each theme. Again, not hard. I'm asking you to think of 50 things. You think of more than 50 things in a single day, at any given day, right? It's not hard to get 50 ideas together, especially when there's you and another person working on it. Because guess what? The client should be engaged in this conversation. It shouldn't just be you sitting on your ass like, oh, I need to think of 50 ideas. No, the client should be thinking of 25 of those ideas with you. You should be working together to build this out. And the reason you should be working together to build it out is because that's what works, right? Excellent. Now, we've got 50 ideas on the table. You're going to schedule those ideas. You're going to film those ideas. And you just made 50 pieces of content. What are you going to do with that information, though? That is the real question. What are you going to do with that? Well, you get 50 pieces of content, you're going to measure it. You're going to measure views, you're going to measure likes, you're going to measure shares, you're going to measure saves, you're going to measure everything. Every single input piece of information about that content, you are going to measure. And you're going to do that properly and consistently for every piece that goes out. You're going to maybe put out 4 or 5 a day until you run out of pieces of content. But you're never going to run out, because every week you're going to generate 50 new ideas. Every week. And through your measurement, you are going to come to understand which pieces of content perform best for that client and which pieces of content don't. And every time one of those pieces of content starts to fall behind the average of the others, let's say you're getting 100k views on every video apart from in one of your verticals, that limb of the tree gets removed. You cut it off, because that limb is dying and it is not worth doing. You cut it off and you create a new branch. You grow a new branch. And potentially, when you're very comfortable, you start to ask yourself, I've got a really strong branch here in my fitness section, for example. Can I do sub-branches? Can I do sub-verticals inside that vertical list? Answer's yes. So when you've got a really well-performing branch, it's worthwhile potentially looking at how you can diversify that branch by doing more things inside it that are more specific. And that is how you create content. Oh my God. Oops. Right, hold on. I'm fixing it. Oh my God. Oh, no. Oh, my rig is busted up. What a disaster. There we go, I'm so sorry. Apologies. Anyway, that was the end of the video, to be honest. So, in summary, how do I create content? Well, first of all, I'm just fixing this now, it's kind of annoying me. Right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to understand what the client is all about. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 5 main topics. Third thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work with the client to create 50 ideas. Fourth thing is the client's going to film those ideas and we're going to deliver on them. We're going to do that every week, 50 new ideas every single week. And that is how you make a social media superstar out of thin air. And I know it can be done because I've done it hundreds of times. And it's why my business is successful. Because we just make things happen out of thin air. We turn normal people into IG celebrities and monetize their audiences for them. And we do it every single day, so I'm certain it works. And that's what you should be doing if you're in my industry. Very straightforward. Anyway, that aside, I'm going to go to the gym now. Because I am wildly unfit and I need to sort my life out. So, if that was of value to you, and the premise of you can't just do it for everybody, you need a specialised niche, by the way, you need to work on how you do that with everybody. It's not as simple as, like, the whole creation process, right? For example, there's more into it if you are a specific. So if you want to do business content, it's not as simple. You have to think about other factors. If you want to do fitness content only, you have to think about other factors. What I have just described there is a broad strokes approach to creating content, a very powerful one, but one that is still broad for generic creators, not hyper-specific creators. I am a specific creator. I create business content only, which makes it harder for me to go viral instantly, unlike these other creators where if you're following broad trending and you do the format I've just described, you're basically going to create viral content quite rapidly with every client you work with. So, yeah. Anyway, that aside, obviously, I'm going to encourage you to subscribe and press the bell so you get notifications about my future videos. Obviously, I'm going to tell you that if you want me to make a specific video, then what you're going to do is you're going to leave a comment or you're going to hit me up on the gram. You're going to leave me a DM or whatever, and I'm going to come back to you pretty quickly because that's just what I'm doing now. I'm obviously going to finish by telling you that there is a community that for $97 will guide you through the entire process I've just described. There is a 3-hour masterclass available on that community upon entry with all of the assets that I use to actually make my content journey happen with my clients. All of the tools I use, all of it documented in this one video. And all of that is free when you subscribe on the link in my in my description on our school community, all of that. And it doesn't even have to be for the specific industry I work in. You can apply this to most other industries as well. But that's what I'm saying to that one. So yeah, most important thing, probably click that link and subscribe. It's pretty elite. Because it's going to help you make so much bread. You're not going to know how to spend it, and you too can buy a G63 or whatever it is that you want to buy. And that's my main sort of point from there. So yeah, hope you all have a great day. I hope this was informative to you. And if it wasn't, then definitely tell me so I can do something about it. Otherwise, G63 Dad is going to the gym. So peace.